All right, guys, so I found high heat refractory cement, and I ended up filling in the top of this for about 1 inch. So this is the calcium silicate board. Then there is another layer of calcium silicate board on the inside of this. The stones are going to go like that, and the bed of the actual hearth of the oven, the cooking stones, so to speak, are going to be right here. So eventually this is going to be, in a sense, like that to make the oven. So that'll be the actual layers that'll create the oven. This is your cooking hearth. This starts off your dome. That comes up. Your, I seem to have lost my gizmo. So after you have established your actual base of the oven, this is where your hearth is going to be laid, the actual fire brick hearth. Everything else is going to get stacked on top of that. You'll need your gizmo, and you'll need one of these for your actual cooking surface area right here. Okay, so once you get your hearth laid, we'll go into this and the indispensable tool, or the gizmo, which will determine how all of your bricks are cut. When you're laying the floor of this, all you're going to do is get some sand, regular mason sand, and we are going to get this on here to make this a little bit level. Because again, some of that concrete is a little bit lower in places. But to start the herringbone pattern, you need to find your center, okay? And then you're going to offset this first brick with, here, let me see if they can see this. There's a line mark right here for the first part of the center of the oven, okay, for the center of the floor. This is so when you slide things in, stuff doesn't get wonky. All right, but you're going to put some regular dry sand here, which makes all of this easily able to be fixed later. If you chip a brick really bad, you get a spot that you don't like that doesn't look good on your brick when you're putting them down, you're able to pop these things out later with a little less trouble. Okay. So this is going to be right here, and then you're going to take your next brick. Again, get a little bit of sand there. And then you get your mallet, and that's it. After this, you're going to put your next one here. Okay. And then you're going to start the next row. And no mortar between your bricks. Again, I don't like this brick. There's a nice chip here. So we're going to put him on the beginning. Flip this around. But you want this stuff nice and tight. And then again, you're going to use a little bit of mortar or a little bit of sand here to kind of level these things out. Pretty wrong. I was stacking those bricks wrong. They're supposed to go this way, diagonal all the way up, and this way like a V. So it ends up having like a V pattern. So when you slide things in and out, you don't get it caught anywhere. Instead of stacking them straight or stacking them staggered, you're supposed to do what's called a herringbone pattern. I had that really confused a minute ago, but I got that right. So now I'm going through, and all I do is put a tiny little layer of sand, lay a brick down, and if you want to watch me, I'll set one real quick. So find a good brick with 4 good square. That one's kind of shitty. That won't be good enough for right here. So this is kind of zen, so this is going to follow this pattern. And you make sure you pinch it, make it nice and tight. If you stack this correctly, everything's gonna do its own thing. I'm hitting a little bit of sand. So we wiggle that brick down. And then push a little bit of sand under the back of it. So you can kind of keep everything the same level.
Beautiful.
Yep. I got the bullseye cut. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it.
I can
but
see.
These bricks, look up here. I want you to come show them up here. You use this trammel to figure out your angles
Hold on, let me go around the other side.
so that you can get these really, really, really close. A lot of the videos when you see these guys stacking them, you're gonna see them stack them like this, right here, right? Which is fine, but they fill this part with mortar. You see up here? So they fill this part with mortar. If you use this trammel correctly, you see this angle? You make the cuts correctly, and it will end up giving you a solid hearth or a solid row.